Okay.
Do you see us?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see your screen though, but
Okay, I'm about to do that. Okay, there it is. I see this now.
okay.
All right. I'm about to share screen.
Okay.
All right, can you see my screen?
Well, yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at these. I had redrew these levels this morning because you see how we had some, we kind of had this come up here.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday I did have my support around like 438, but I did move it up a little bit because you see all this movement that we've been having right
Yeah.
here, a little bit above the 200 MA. So
Mhm.
I feel like today we need to see where we're holding. Do you know if we have any catalysts this morning?
We have a few things like the
Anything at 8:30?
unemployment rate for June.
Uh-huh.
And we also have the hourly rate wages for June and the hourly wages year over year, and something about the US non-farm payroll.
Anything at 8:30?
Let's see. Yep, they're all at 8:30.
Nice. Maybe it'll determine direction. Cause see, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like, can we hold, if we can open up above this 200 MA, we'll be holding this. Cause look at this, I was examining this candle yesterday. So you
Mm-hmm.
see how we closed right here,
Yes.
which was above this area. I mean, when we came, this is technically a support area. I mean, it's not really that strong, but you could see this was resistance, it went through. So I created this area right here. I mean, literally it is in the middle of this gap, but I feel like if we can open up above this level, and it's the 200 MA on the hourly chart. So I
Okay.
feel like if we can open up above this level, we could, possibly take it to the next resistance. But if we open up below it, then I can see us coming here. And remember before when we got to the top and I drew this line here and I'm like, it would be nice if we did this.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came back and pulled back and created a high
Yes.
low over here.
Yes.
And then came up. So even if we come down, like I still think that we're still in a good space, but the only reason why I'm like looking at it continuing to rise just because how strong they are,
Yes, exactly.
because that really makes a big difference, how strong they are on the higher time frames.
Mm-hmm.
And are they strong enough to keep going? And yeah, are they strong enough to keep going? So when I look at, these breakout points here, I mean, this is a bullish flag, but you can even see here, like, we kind of been consolidating from here to here in this range here. But,
Yes,
overall, like, we're very strong. See, this was the last high, and look how high we are right now.
exactly.
So, this was a pole, this was a flag, breakout pole, another flag. So when a stock is really strong, like sometimes they can only consolidate, like it's only been 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th week right here. It
Mm-hmm.
hasn't been long since we've kind of been consolidating in this area. So even going back and forth until we break, that's healthy too. But also at the same time, when we're very strong, we just got to keep that in mind too. Like the strength is crazy. So I'm right now, what I'm looking at is, can we open up above this level here? But let's take a look at where we are, like in terms of like, see, this is a low. If we curve here and come up, it would go like this.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can hold this area, it will go like this.
Yeah.
If we don't hold this area, it's gonna come down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it's gonna go like this. And that's why I said I want to see how we do with this area. Because this is a long pole here, you got consolidation. If it doesn't hold this area, of course, it'll take it to the next level. But if not, we're looking at coming back down here. And that support right now that I have is about 30, I think, yeah, it's about 35.2. Okay.
Yes.
When I look at the 1 hour, we do have some money flow. It looks like we could, kind of like curve back up here. 1
Okay.
hour, you got this low, it's coming up. This is kind of like a little bullish pattern. You do have, you know, money flow here too. If we can stay in, but again, these patterns would be strong as long as we can stay above this 200 MA. So
Right.
remember, price is first, and then this is second. So staying above this 200 MA is a huge deal, because if we fall below this 200 MA, then definitely we appear to be heading down. What a 30 minute looks like.
What time frame is it? It looks below the 200 MA.
This is the 30
Okay.
minute. And it's like, you're right, it's below the 200 MA, but this hourly, we're sitting right on top of it, and we're above it on the 4 hour. 4 hour, we're above it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I want to see how we open. I'm going to look at SQQQ today. So again, this level here, 439.3. I want to see if we can open up above it, then it'll be signs that they want to hold. If we open up below it, it's signs they want to go down.
Yeah.
And if we got some catalyst at 8:30, that's going to drive the markets.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
And I take to note what you said. SPY is very, very strong. So even if the bears are trying to push it down, the bulls are right there pulling it back up. So you're not getting much movement.
Have you noticed that
Yeah.
when the bears try to pull back, the bulls is not letting it happen?
Exactly.
The only time I was
It's
like,
not a big move.
the only time, because see here, I was actually contemplating on taking this 430 position, but it's like, when I seen it like going down, I seen the bears coming in, and I know like,
Exactly.
you know, sometimes like the level of pullbacks can be,
Yes.
and I know that our we could take it all the way down to 420, you know what I mean? So being conscious of that, I'm like, are we gonna take it and retest this level yet? Or are we gonna hold it and continue to go up?
Exactly.
So yeah, and then with it being strong, it's kind of like, you know, on the wish-washy. So for me, my 2 entries right now, and it might seem crazy for you, but like, because a lot of people are getting a lot of capital off of these consolidation, but for me, 54 for puts or around 420 for calls.
No, I totally agree. And that's what my hesitation. So
Yeah, because you
Spike
know for certain those areas are the strongest areas. You know your 420 area is going to be coming back down to test your level as support for a call. And you know your 454 is your top point, which is a very tough resistance. So once it gets to 454, if we can make it up that far, we know we got a good strong rejection.
Oh, yes, yes.
Right. And then for 420, you're coming back down and testing your new support level so you can ride the wave back up. Instead of being, you know what I mean? Like cautious, do we have enough strength? Are we going to pull back? How far are we going to pull back? You know, so those are the 2 areas that I'm eyeing right now with this with SPY.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say the same, because SPY can make you lose a lot of money. SPY is really tricky. Yeah.
Yeah, and right now, like I said, it's their strength too. That's getting me, and even this. So see how like,
Is that a gap right there?
this gap right here, you can see right there, kind of right there. They're like, so what this candle to me tells me is that bulls are still in control. So you can see here that we opened up right here at this support line, right? We drew it up, bears took it all the way down, right? Bulls said nope, they brought it back up. Above this level. So again, this has a lot to do with the amount of strength that the bulls have on the higher time frame. It's because they're really not letting the bears like get any
No plays.
exactly. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. When I look at the lower time frames though, I see that it would be healthy for us to come back down to this support, right?
Yes.
And I know that we need to hold the 200 MA. If not, we're going to take it now. And that's all I know so far. At this level needs to hold. If we open up below it, then the bears is probably going to come in and take it down. If we open up above it, then we can, you know, the probability of taking it back up is higher, right? And that's kind of what I'm looking at. Can we hold this 200 MA right now? Can we hold it? What are we going to look like when we open at 9:30, right?
Exactly.
So that's kind of where I'm at with SPY right now.
Hey, Des. Sorry, good morning.
Hey,
Good
good
morning,
morning,
Londell.
Londell.
Good morning. Question. Sometimes I notice that it does, if it opens up below, but it quickly gaps up above. Is that also like, we also watch out for those fake outs?
Yeah, because if it opens up above,
I'm always watching out for fake outs, Londell.
it's true. If we open up above, and also too, you got to watch this out, right? So if we open up above and then we bring it down, you know how many times we brought it back up?
Exactly. And that annoys me greatly. You know how you look and you see all possibilities pointing down. So you're kind of eyeing your puts, and then all of a sudden it's like the bull step in and keep pushing it back up.
Right. You got to watch until like 10 o'clock or so.
Yeah. So annoying.
And that makes sense because remember, guys, from 9:30 to 10, you got a lot of overnight orders that are being hashed out. So
Oh, that's true.
there's a lot of volatility, right?
Yes.
So from the first 30 minutes in the morning, it's a lot of volatility. That's why you get the biggest moves. That's how the scalp traders are able.
I was about to say.
Yeah, the scalpers, they like to get in from 9:30 to 10 because remember, they're only in for like minutes, right?
Yeah.
So
that's the action I like. I hate staying in, hours of looking.
yeah, but that volatility is crucial. You gotta be out in minutes. Literally,
You could get burned.
Yeah, you can. And because there's a lot of times where it'll just rush up, right? And you're like, oh shit, it's going, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yep. Oh man, I tell you.
The rush. Do you know if we have anything coming in at 8:30? I mean, do you know if we have anything that's gonna affect the markets pretty strong at 8:30, Londell? I like for catalyst.
He probably muted himself.
He did. Yeah.
Sorry, repeat that. I'm actually on vacation. That's why I couldn't join this week.
Oh,
So
wow.
I just joined today. I was driving to breakfast.
Really, Londell?
Yeah.
You couldn't stop your vacation to trade?
Why not, right?
We're waiting on you for catalyst.
I said, do you have
no.
He's like, no,
I just barely joined. I love catalyst on Monday.
So listen, guys, next week I want to start getting better with it too and get back into like a catalyst as well. And I think I'm a little more mature this time where it's not going to affect me and like my decisions for my like analyzation. But I want to I'm going to actually start like getting strong, and actually I would need you guys to help assist me.
All right.
Let's get it. Because
Londell is pretty good at catalyst.
I know he is. That's why I'm always like, Londell, what's going on? But I know you're
because he gets the other news too,
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we're trying to hang on to this, but yeah, I don't know if they can hold it, guys. Look at this. They're like, there's like, they want to push it down. Let's look at SQQQ and see where they're at. Look at this. They took it to the 200 MA, rejected it, and came down, and now this is support. Actually, we changed. Remember, we had to recalculate these levels yesterday because we were down here, right? So we busted through this area. We hit the 200 MA. We came back. This is the new support. I had support here. This was the resistance before. You see how we were rejecting it? We couldn't get above it. So now this is not resistance no more. This is now the new support. So it looks like we're coming, we're trying to fight either way. Like, do we want to come back up and touch this 200 MA, or do we want to come here? But what I can see is if we do even take it to 435, like the SQQQ will get up here and probably reject this level again. That's why the 435 could be a potential turn.
Okay.
We're trying to hold this level. Yeah, up here in support. I don't really see a lot of strength here. I mean, the fact that they was able to take it up here and reject it and hold this level as support, there is some bullish momentum here, a little bit of bullish momentum, but with SQQQ, they're so freaking weak. It's the opposite, right? So you know how we say like a SPY is really strong right now. So we got to be careful because the bears don't get a lot of play. Same thing with the bulls here. So you try to get a little bit of bullish momentum, but is this momentum gonna last? Because we're so freaking, the bears are like really strong in SQQQ. Let me look at Apple though. Let's see what their strength is. Okay, so this is Apple. These were the levels that we created. We didn't even drop this. We didn't even come below this area. This was this first support. This was the second support. We held it. We're back here. We're above this resistance area right now. Goodness, Apple is just. But you got to be careful, because in order for Apple to really keep going, we need to be hitting new highs, because remember, if it's ready to pull back, it will come all the way up, but it'll create a lower high. So this is the high, it's 194.4. So let's create the new resistance here for Apple. This is 191, 89.90, so it's about $3. So 191. Because this is new high, so this is really the only little bit of movement we'll have. But you can see here, here, closed here. Oh, I mean, yeah, closed here. So these two areas close on top of this level here. So this is new high, so we don't have a lot, but this is enough for me to say, okay, we can use this as resistance. So let's take this out. Okay, so here, same thing with Apple. If we fall below this level, this would be our next level to come back down at, which is the support area. If we stay above this level, the next resistance is here, 193. Let me see what we look like on the 1 hour.
Like a $3 move.
Yeah, there's still, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because there's still so much momentum with the freaking bulls. Non-fair payrolls, unemployment data. Oh, 8:30. I think let's see what I think that might drive the market this morning.
Yeah, because it's a lot of unemployment and
yeah. So let's look at a couple of other stocks and see what.
The funny thing, Ruth, I remember when we used to watch non-farm payroll and unemployment, and the thought was that as unemployment went, as payroll, I guess, increased, meaning more persons were working, right? That used to be bad news, right?
Yep.
And things would go down, and now they changed the narrative that if payroll goes up, then that's good news because the economy is strong. I'm like, take direction.
Exactly, and that's just so true. You gotta change with the market because it changes all the time. It's not constant.
Right. It just depends on where we are in the economy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. And this is a 20-year bond right here, guys. So 20-year bond is when the bonds are, when a lot of times when the sellers are coming in and there's a lot of selling in the market, people will run to bonds.
Yes.
To secure their money, right? But you can see bonds right now, look at them going down. That's because people are in equities right now because the market's going.
Yes.
Okay. So I like to look at bonds to see like where the minds of the people are. And right now, like you can even see here. And there's a lot of selling here because a lot of people are not investing in bonds. But I think once we get a nice pullback, you'll see bonds going up. That's why I like to look at bonds too in opposition of equities. The only reason I don't analyze the bonds every single day is because these things move heavily off of catalysts.
Right.
So it's really hard to analyze these daggone stocks, to analyze these ETFs because they move off of catalysts like news. News really drives them. All right, so this level 103.36, this was you can see here it was a resistance level. You could see the W here. You can see them trying to push above, but they couldn't get above this 200. I mean, they rejected it and fell below. Yeah, look at them hitting lows. This low 99. That's because the bulls are so strong right now. Yep. Not a lot going on in bonds. And that's a weekly candle. and they're rejecting this level. The next level for TLT is around here. I think once we get over back down to this low, this is 95, 99. Because they move slow too. They're like SQQQ right now because they're down like really low. They move really slow. But this is 94.93. Is the next level down for them. They're really bad. But look at this level here. You see this level 94.97? It's a really strong level over here. It was a resistance.
Yes.
Resistance here.
Yeah.
And then like a support, but it fell through, created this double bottom before they started going up. So once we get here, this is a pretty tough level. You can see too, they've been consolidating in this level for a long time. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. 10 months over here, but look, it was support here, resistance here, and then like, you know, they kind of hung on to this area before they fell. So you can see really strong areas, right? So this area that we had is a very strong area. You can see a lot of consolidation here. So if we do come back down here to, because it looks like that's where we're heading, to 95, some whatever this is, 95.9, you know, this is an area that we could possibly pick up at because you can see how strong it is over here. So this is going to be a pretty tough area once we get down here. And it could drive equities into the opposite direction. Because sometimes bonds will move in opposition of equities, not all the time, but a lot of the times.
It makes sense too, because if people are leaving equities to trade in bonds.
Yeah, and especially if there's a lot of selling going on in the market. So if we hit a major pullback, people are pulling out their money to secure it instead of losing it, and then they're investing in bonds, silver, gold.
Is it safe? Is it safe to say when bonds are low, people go in to buy?
Yeah, that too.
Right.
Yeah. When they're low, but you don't really make a lot of money on bonds. It's just really
Exactly. That's
you're just securing your money.
Just secure. Okay.
You're just securing it because if there's a massive amount of selling going on in the market, instead of losing the money in equities, you're just putting it in bonds to secure it until you're ready to go back and reinvest. So, and you can do like a 15-year bond. This is a 20-year bond, 20-year bond. There's other ones too. I mean, all the TLTs, all the bonds kind of run the same. What's another bond? It's TLT. Anybody, you know another ticker for the other bond? I think it's I.
No, actually.
Let me see. That's on my list here. Okay, shy. This is another bond, and you can see how they kind of run in the same, a little bit in the same, but this is a 3-year bond. And then you got another one. Okay, so we have TLT, IES, that's the one I was thinking of. And this one is a 7 to 10-year bond. But you can see how I had these levels here. And again, here, a lot of strong in that area, a lot of strength in this area over here, a lot of movement in this area. So if we fall below this, because this is technically a bearish flag. So if we fall below this level, we're coming back down here, all up in this area right here. So we'll probably have some movement here, and we're coming into oversold. But again, like I said, these bonds, they really move a lot off of catalyst. It's so hard to analyze them. I used to use TLT like I do SQQQ, but I stopped just because they were getting really, really hard to analyze. All right, so let's look at some other stuff because I know Tesla too drives. This Tesla is crazy. Now with Tesla, this can mean two things. This could be, it could be a reversal, or they could just keep going, a continuation. So let me see where they're at right now. Okay, so this is the breakout here in Tesla on the higher time frames. All right, this is your next resistance point. That's your next resistance point for Tesla, 290.
Prominent red candles right there.
Let's see where we're at right now.
Tesla's on an up.
We're coming up on it. We're coming up on that 290, baby. 284. All right, now let me look at that 290 area because that's a pretty tough resistance.
That would be a $15 move. They're 265 right now.
Look at this, rejection. These are months.
Oh, yeah.
2, 3 months where the wick tried to touch it and it rejected.
Right.
And we finally pushed through it, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, this was the breakout. Look at this little candle.
Yes.
Oh, this is the breakout above this level here. Now, support 1 month.
Breakout again.
Close. Yeah, no, it closed right here. Like it reversed, right? After the breakout, it reversed
Right.
down. Then it held this support 1 month, closed right here on top of it, opened up here the next month, and then went down.
Yeah, that's what I called another breakout.
Yep. It held it. It held the support. And then 3, it held it until it fell below. But you can see 1, 2, 3 months here, 3 months here. And then it became resistance again. We tried to bust through it. This is what you call a fake out, right?
Yeah.
Where the freaking candle opened up above or closed above, then opened up above. So it looked like it wanted to keep going, right? But then boom, it rejected it. But look, if you look at the previous months, it was support and then it was resistance. So you knew that this level was a pretty tough level. We're coming back on that level again. Be careful. Let's see what the daily looks like. I bet you they're overbought like crazy. Yep. All right.
It's
So once
a
we
gap
hit,
to feel right there. There's a big gap to feel.
are you talking about right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think on the downside though, I think we're coming up on a like Apple, guys. It just reminds me of Apple. You know how Apple we calculate, we set Apples on that big strong resistance on the higher time frame. I think Tesla around the same, because even though we created this little candle here, we got to push through this level, but this level's a tough level. Look at this shit, like 3 months of rejection here, holding support before it fell, tried to hold, then came down to the next level of support. This became resistance, came back up to it, rejected it again, came back down. Now we're on it again. So we had one rejection. I mean, we rejected here 3 times, came back down and broke above it, held it for support. And yeah, we had some rejection up here, but this technically you could 1, 2, 3 months of rejection. I mean, this one did it in 3 months and then broke out. But I don't know. If we break above this level, we're probably going to get a massive move like this again. But if we don't, we're going to reject. We'll probably get a massive move going down here. This is the area you want to pay attention where right now, and that's where we're coming up on in Tesla, right here in that area. And that's just looking at it from the bigger perspective, right? But we'll take a look at this, what's going on. So, and you can even see a lot of movement pre-market right here. Hold on, it's 8:30. Let me look at spot right quick.
It's 8. But Tesla has shot up $3 in that little bit of time.
Yeah. So whatever happened, it was good news that brought the market.
Yep. Spies at 440.
The bulls, man. I told you guys. Right? I said the bulls is not. It's not.
Bulls are on this stuff.
They're not giving bears no play right now. They're not giving bears no play right now. This is funny. Okay. All right, let's go back to Tesla and see what's okay. So, and we got some, even the way this is curving up, it looks like there's some more bullish momentum. But once we get above here, I mean, we've been overbought with Tesla for a while, right? Then we came down, now we're coming back up. This level here, pay attention to this level right here. This level would be a very strong rejection if we don't break above it, okay? But like I said, let's take a look at it back here. And we had 3 rejections, came down to support and went crazy, broke above it, okay? So I'm not saying that this cannot happen. All I'm saying is this level here, 3 months of rejection here, 3 months of holding it here before rejection, and then came back down to support, tried to go back above it as resistance now, rejected it 3 months in a row. We're coming back on that level. So we have 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9 months of a lot of movement around this level. So that's why it's an important level. So when you're calculating your support and resistance level, the way you know it's a strong level is if it had a lot of movement previous. Okay. And it doesn't matter if it was support. Actually, that's good that it was support and then became, or that it was resistance, then became support, then became resistance again, because now it's resistance again. Okay. And that's what we're coming up on. So yeah, we gotta be careful with Tesla right now, coming up on a resistance. I wouldn't suggest any calls around here. That's what I wouldn't suggest a call. All right. So damn, what the hell? What happened in the news? I mean,
yeah, because it's saying that the unemployment rate 3.6% versus 3.6% expected and 3.7% in May. So I guess it met expectations, and the June non-farm payrolls was plus 209K versus 225K expected, and 339 in May. So I don't know. I guess that augured well with them.
yeah, I think this might be the gap. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is the gap down here. This is the gap you're talking about. So if we break above this level, this is that we're coming up on 280. Again, even like this is the next resistance around here where this tip is on this high point right here. Right there. Okay. So my thing is we're only in July 7th here. So if we burst past this level here, if we burst past making new highs up into 290 and it keeps going, that's a sign of a really nice breakout. But if we can't push past 290 and we even get above it a little bit, but we close below it, then we're looking at potential rejection. So only thing I can say right now, yeah, Tesla's really strong right now, but we're coming up on a strong resistance on this monthly chart. So anytime I see very strong resistance or support levels, that's what I'm paying attention to on the monthly charts. Okay,
Right.
The monthly chart. So let's go back because it looks like a bunch of scribbling. All right, so that's if we can push past this level above. So right now we're not there, but if we push, I guess we are technically getting there. All right, so that would be your next level up. Let's see what the 30-minute. Yeah, look at that. That's a lot of volume right now. Staying above 200 MA. Nice little move up here. I swear to God, I'm not freaking, this is a SPY. Yeah, look at this. SPY's going too. And remember, we're staying above this level. So if we can maintain this trend and open above this level, then that's just signs for more forward.
Go up.
Yeah. 1 hour. Let's see what SQQQ looks like right now. Yeah, they fell below the support. And they're creating this little M here for weakness. Coming back down. They can't.
Double top.
Yep. High. Coming back. Now rejecting it. Coming back down here to this level, 18.6. That's support here. And you can see this is the lowest low with SQQQ. This is the lowest low here. And you can see every time it gets here, it tries to get some momentum a little bit, move, but SQQQ moves really slow. But you know, we're coming back here on this level. Or yeah, we're just so weak. All right. What's another stock that's a driver?
What? I'm sorry, what you said?
Another stock that's a driver in the market. We got Tesla, Apple. What else?
A Microsoft, maybe? Ooh.
Look, this is these are the areas that we were looking at before that take off. You can tell I haven't been in. Yeah, we haven't been in here. I haven't been in here in a while. Okay, so this reminds me of Apple, but this is also the same, you know, it's in the same category, which is what is it, electronics or what's that sector? Technology.
Oh, the AI? Oh.
Well, technology, because Apple and MSFT, they both fall under that sector, but you could see they like their patterns look the same a little bit. Like look at MSFT right here. Watch when I put it on Apple. See? Except Apple's. All right. Let's take a look here. Okay. See, we're above this level. This is July. We hit above it, but we hit above it too. Remember, you see here how it came here. This was a resistance, created this like doji kind of thing, right? Opened up above still, and then it rejected. Boom. Right. So we're still here. We hit a new high of 351. Damn, this is crazy. Let me see if I can look at some yeah, because this would have been your breakout target. For this breakout, the target's up here, just like with Apple. We're at the breakout target. This is a resistance. And look at this. If we can pull back, this is the higher time frame. So we could pull back. See about right there, back to like the 250s. Mm-hmm. 40. And then drive it back up here. That's a double bottom. That would be a healthy pullback because we're at resistance right now. You see? Look at all this consolidation up here before it rejected. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After the 10th, after 10, then it rejected, and you can see it had that massive fall down. And remember, guys, SPY's coming. It's what, 444 now. We only got $10 more before we hit 454. $10 more, right? Before we hit 454. And look at these, all of these stocks. I see Tesla coming up on a strong resistance on the higher time frames. Freaking Apple coming up on resistance on the higher time frames. MSFT coming up on resistance on the higher time frames. This is why I like to look at other stocks that are driving the market, because I want to see where they are, like overall, to see if it aligns with what I'm seeing with SPY. Okay. So yes, we have a lot of momentum in the markets right now. And we're probably going to have some more momentum this month at least. But I think that soon coming up, once we hit that top part of what I was telling you guys, when SPY gets at that peak, at that resistance level, I think we're going to have a really nice pullback in the markets where we're going to see a lot of red, like a real pullback. We keep getting these little temporary pullbacks where bears are trying to come in, but bulls keep pushing it up. But it's only but for so long that's going to happen. At some point, we're going to have a real nice pullback.
Can you show Microsoft on the daily?
Yeah, and let's. Get rid of all this stuff here. Okay. All right, so this is let's look at the resistance level for Microsoft right now. Current resistance, we'll say this is current resistance because 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been on top of this level, and obviously we're opening up above it because we could see it pre-market. So this is 341.2. Oh shit. We hit that 343. I'm sure it's falling everywhere. I'm going to look at SPY again. So they hit that high of 433, but look, it's going below it. So 341.2, we're up below it right now. Let me look at, so that would be here. Yeah, it's below this line. So it's over here. It's still rejecting it. So this is your support level here for Microsoft. And then your next level down is about $332. All right, now let's look at it on the charts. Okay, and see, this is confluence. You see how like I didn't even like know that I was right here, but because I got my lines on the daily, but you can see here, it's right here at the 200 MA. That's just confluence, just saying that it's a good area. Okay, so this is where we were, right? And this is where the catalyst took us. It brought us above these lines, but bears push us back down, and we're still below this level. So like I said, it's good to see if we can open up above this level or below it, because if we open up below it, coming back down here to the 200 MA makes sense. And you can see there's been rejection here, and I'm on the hourly now. So once we got here, rejection, back down to support, a little bit below, back above to resistance, then again, another rejection, back down, again to resistance again, back down. Here's your little fake out, right? And didn't fully break out, it's consolidating, trying to break out, but I mean, I do see it pushing through the ceiling though. Like you see how much it's right here on the ceiling, right here on the ceiling, right here on the ceiling. But again, on the higher time frames, guys, we're around our peak. We're at the highs. So we just got to be careful for these rejections coming in pretty soon here. It's only but so far we're going to be able to keep pushing and driving like this, because at some point these stocks will come back down to retest these breakout levels. Yep. And I'd say, what do we have? And when I drew that mess on the weekly, I forgot what it was. I think it was like down here into the 240s. To the 240s after it does this little exhaustion, it comes and pulls back. If we can do like a come back down to like the 240, and then because this was the breakout area, as long as we stay above the breakout, it 221, it hit its low here and then broke out around here. So even if we come back down to pull back, as long as we stay above the previous low and we create a higher low, it would be healthy. And for SPY, looking at it from this perspective here, coming back down and testing this level over here at some point would be the idea. You see here, resistance, 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 resistance. Now it's support. So coming back and testing this level as new support. At some point, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen now, but we know once we get here, we're only like $10 away from this area up here. This is going to be your ideal area for rejection. And what's crazy is we're close to here, but we're also at resistance on Apple in the higher time frame. We're at resistance on MSFT on the higher time frames. We're coming up on resistance for Tesla on the higher time frames. Talking about big resistance moves. We're not talking about like little pullbacks where it's, you're pulling back $10, $15. We're talking about big ones. Okay. Yeah. Like big money. Big money, institutional money pullbacks, right? So coming up, so once SPY hits this level here, this is the area that I'm eyeing right here and right here, because this is the supply demand. And a lot of times in these areas, in the supply zones and the demand zones, you have a lot of institutional money. So it could be a lot of automated orders, because what happens is, big money, institutional money, they have their sales set to buy low, right? And then they also have their orders to take profit at the peak, take profit here. And then that's why you see a lot of massive selling coming until it gets back down here, and then they want to buy low again. So they sell high, buy low. And what our goal is to follow institutional money. And if you're just day trading, that's fine too, but just knowing, understanding where we are helps you with your risk level. Does that make sense? Even in day trading, because okay, shit, we're coming up on resistance. Why? There's no reason. Like if we're coming up on resistance on 454, we know that once we get to this level, we don't want to be driving in with too many contracts on calls, because we can lose a lot of money. If anything, if we want to day trade, we might want to start, at least going with puts. If we see these rejections coming in, even if we're only taking a couple of dollars, we don't have to take the whole move, but at least we're in the right direction. And that's the biggest thing. SPY going to 435. Let me see. Yeah. If they can't hold this level, they can't hold this level. That's right now. This is the next support here. And if we can't hold it, yep, 435 would be your next area of interest. Of course, if we do hold it, we're coming back up here, but we got to get past this 200 MA. We got to get past it. Like, if we can't pull past it, we're going to keep rejecting it. This is going to stay our resistance wall. Bam, bam, until, and then 435 is your next level. And that would be here on the higher time frames, which we said before, that would be your health move with a little bit of health. Create your double bottom here, which your lower high. This was the low, which is around 432. This is your higher low. There's your resistance wall again. And this is your breakout. Bam. And when you get here, beware.
Yep.
Beware.
Right.
And that's just the prediction, guys. That's just what we do as analysts. We predict what it could possibly do based on current movement. But you know, that's what I see here. If we keep moving in this direction where bulls want to maintain the strength, but we come back for these pullbacks, 435 is a good area. We come back up to this resistance wall. We create a bullish flag here. I'm just like making sure right now, but this is what it looks like you can do. We create a bullish flag with all this consolidation, right? We have our little breakout. And we take it up here, and it still looks bullish. And a lot of people, they're getting them psychologically because it's so strong. We have this breakout, and then all of a sudden, bam, we go. I don't know. It's funny to see if it plays out that way, though. But we'll be here every morning, and we'll see. We'll be tracking it every single day. But this is potential, right? This is potential. And even when we got around here, like up here, we've seen that this double bottom would be potential too. So if we do make it back down to this level again, hit this resistance wall, do some tug of war here like we normally do, and then we break out, this would be your target after your breakout, right? Because your breakout, you have generally a little long pole. You see from here to here, which was 426 to 442. This is 442 to 454, 54. So that's what, 10, 11, 12, like $13. This was 430 to 443, $13. I swear to God, I didn't even realize that. But you see how the freaking numbers like add up. $13 for this breakout, it would be about another $13 for this breakout. Okay. And again, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but just we kind of, when we break down these candlesticks and we break down these patterns, you know, we look at what could potentially happen in the future and what the patterns look like. But we know overall, this is the area of red flag. Red flag, supply zone, possibly a lot of selling, institutional money, automated orders. So, you know, just be careful. So this, I mean, for people who are swing trading, and even if you just want to take one contract, this is a perfect opportunity for a puts contract. You know, you can hold it out. You don't got to take it all the way down. But even if you want to get your little $13, you take it here down to there. It's just more safer. Okay, it's more safer, in my opinion. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Before you go, can we look at Walmart?
Yep, and let me look at where we're at right now too, because we want to. Yeah, see, they're fighting. It's a tug of war.
Yeah.
It's a tug of war. But let me draw these levels here. So right here, resistance 441, support 437. And then, of course, if we pass through this, we know our next resistance is up here. If we fall through this level, we got to go down to our next support level. But you know, I would like to see a more pullback. I mean, personally, I would like to see us pull back a little bit more. But again, right now we're still strong until we get to that resistance level, in my opinion. Okay. But yeah, let's look at Walmart. Yeah, Walmart resistance too, guys. So I'm saying, like, we're on freaking, but this could, this one is a little different because look, you see, this is a flag. If this doesn't, okay, this is a resistance, but also we know that at some point these stocks break out. Okay, some point, even though we're at a resistance here, we could take it back down to support, even consolidate here, this level here, right? You got this pole that's created. This would be bullish, staying and consolidating in between this zone right here. Okay, but here to here, here to here, little flag. This is a big flag, big pole, consolidation here. There's your little rectangle, and then you got an inside of your rectangle, you got your pole, and you got your mini flag. But at the end of the day, we know where we're at. I don't trade breakouts, you know what I mean? But there is people who do trade breakouts. If you trade this on a calls, then you're anticipating a possible breakout above, but technically it's resistance. So you still got to be careful. It's better to do puts here. And if it does break out, you just have to have a stop above. It's better to have calls here. This is puts, this is calls. But overall, they look very good. Like this is a big bullish flag here. This is a pole. This is a mini flag with some consolidation. Okay. But you can see here for so long, we've been trying to push past this. Right? Let's see where we're at right now with Walmart.
They were going, they had a little pullback.
Yeah, they're above this area that we have. This is the resistance area, which is the top of the flag. We're at this high right now.
What's that
It's
number?
1 hour. Which one here? Or
The
the one right here?
No, the top.
The top is 158.15. And I'm going to get our resistance and supports for the day in just a moment. I'm just looking at like the big picture of it and seeing, where we are at. But Walmart is, thing about Walmart is they're at the top. They're at the top. This right here, you see this candle right here?
Yeah.
It's this is a reversal. This is a doji, right? And I seen yesterday's candle.
Yes.
Was lower. And this is where we closed at. So this was 157.23. 157.1. So we're opening up lower than yesterday's close, which tells me we're coming back at least down here, which is 155 what is this? 155.09. And remember, we're at the resistance on the higher time frames.
Yeah.
So trust it. Trust what you see here. Okay. But let's take a look at what we look at what we're doing right now. Okay, so we got our, of course, we're just gonna look at it from previous price action right now in the moment. And see how, like, I'm not confusing myself, because even though we took a big picture, a look at everything else, now we're just looking at day-to-day price. Now that's it. I'm not seeing anything except current price action moving and what could possibly be happening for the day. So we talked about how we're at 57.1, which we're opening up lower than yesterday's close, because yesterday we closed at 157.23. The day before we created a doji at where? Where do we create this doji at that makes it so significant? Resistance.
Doji at the okay.
At the resistance, because remember, dojis are only important if it's at resistance or if it's at support, because a doji will either represent a reversal or a continuation of trend. So this here is showing me that it's a reversal, because the candle that opened up right after was lower and it went down. And then today's candle, this is where we closed. And now, right now, currently, we appear to be opening up lower. So if we open up lower, then our
Downward
most likely,
movement.
yeah, we're taking it to 156.11. Yeah,
Mm.
and that's where we are right now. Okay, if we start falling with Walmart, we're just rejecting this resistance level on the high
Yeah.
time frame. So be prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be prepared. But yeah, does that answer your question with Walmart?
Sure it is.
Yeah, it gives you, and like you said, even if you know what I mean, it just gives you that awareness to
Yes.
to trade cautiously, to understand where these levels are. So that way there's no hoping and praying. It's like, oh shit, okay, you're not going.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? I know you're at resistance already. So I know you're not going to go any further. This is more likely a rejection. So let me go ahead and get out of here, or let me change directions. It's just about awareness, so that way you can have more clarity with your trades. More clear direction, right?
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for joining this morning. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. We did a whole hour this morning. This was dope. But
Wow.
yeah, I wanted to spend a lot of time because these areas, these rejection areas, these resistance areas, I keep saying it, and y'all going to come to me and be like, yeah, I can see it now. Like,
Yes.
big ass fall, you know what I mean? Because I can see it.
Yeah.
Like I can see it ahead of time. It's going to happen. Now, the thing is, I don't know when, but I know that at some point we're going to get a really nice pullback and a lot of red in the market. So that's why I'm saying be careful. But that's the point of us doing this day by day by day, because
Yes.
not only are you able to see where you are day by day, but you're also aware of these areas coming up. So when they do come, it's not a big surprise to us. We're already going to be ahead of the game, you know? So
Yes. Sure.
perfect. All right, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks, Desiree.
All right. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, Londell.
Bye.
Bye bye.